There's a question you've probably asked yourself in the quiet moments when another relationship ends, when someone drains you dry, or when you feel like love always equals pain. Why do I keep attracting the same kind of people? Not just any people, but the ones who are emotionally unavailable, wounded, chaotic, asterisk. They come broken and leave you more broken. Carl Jung didn't think this was bad luck. He believed it was a deep unconscious signaler, truth your soul is begging you to confront, because sometimes what you attract is a reflection of what you haven't healed. Asterisk and what it says about your energy, your shadow, and the wounds you still carry. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might finally see the one person you've never fully understood, yourself. Carl Jung believed that every relationship you enter is a mirror, a reflection, not of what you want, but of what you are. Not who you are on Instagram, not who you pretend to be at work, but the emotional energy beneath all that. You don't attract people based on your conscious desires. You attract them based on your unconscious beliefs. So if your relationships always feel one-sided, exhausting, or painful, it might be because your wounds are choosing for you. Ask yourself, are you always fixing someone, always helping someone up, always the strong one? That's not just a personality trait, it's a wound, and that wound might be saying, if I can fix you, maybe someone will finally choose me. Until you meet the parts of you that feel unworthy of being loved without performance, you'll keep drawing in people who expect you to prove your value. In Jungian psychology, there's an archetype called the wounded healer. It represents a person who has gone through deep emotional pain and uses that pain to try and heal others. Sounds noble, right? But there's a trap. The wounded healer often neglects themselves. They pour and pour until they're empty. They confuse love with sacrifice. This is the person who stays in a toxic relationship because they see potential, the one who believes that if they just love hard enough, the other person will finally change. But what if you're not here to fix them? What if your true task is to stop needing people who need saving? Because healing isn't just about helping others. Healing is about confronting the part of you that thinks love requires pain. Let's talk about something you may have felt, but never named. Trauma bonds. It's when your nervous system gets addicted to someone who mirrors your childhood wounds. The highs are intoxicating. The lows feel like abandonment all over again. You confuse anxiety with passion, chaos with love, familiarity with connection. Carl Jung would say this is when two people's shadows fall in love, not their conscious selves. Your shadow recognizes something broken in them and calls it home. You don't love them. You love the idea of fixing them. You love how much they need you. But that's not love. That's fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of being unchosen. The trauma bond gives you a purpose, but steals your peace. Carl Jung taught that everything in the psyche has a frequency, and that frequency is felt before a word is spoken. You can say, I'm over them. You can post quotes about boundaries. But your energy doesn't lie. If deep down you still believe love equals sacrifice, you only matter when you're useful, you don't deserve safe love, then that belief will become your energy, and your energy will attract those who subconsciously agree with it. That's why healing isn't just mindset work, it's soul work. You must grieve the version of you that learned love through struggle. You must release the identity that only feels important when someone else is broken, because that's not strength, that's survival, and you deserve more than survival. So how do you stop attracting the broken? It starts with a shift from rescuing others to rescuing yourself. Ask : where did I learn that I had to be useful to be loved? Who taught me that I needed to earn affection? What part of me still fears being alone with my own heart? When you heal the relationship you have with yourself, you stop needing to be needed. You stop begging for love through your pain, Carl Jung said. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. Healing is making it conscious, choosing to love yourself loud enough that no one has to validate your worth. When you do this, your energy changes. You stop attracting the broken because your energy no longer speaks in wounds, it speaks in wholeness. Carl Jung also said, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. If you're attracting broken people, it might be time to stop dreaming of someone else to complete you and awaken the part of you that was always whole. You were never meant to be a savior. You were meant to be free, and when you are truly free, you won't crave pain and call it passion. You won't mistake chaos for chemistry. You'll recognize love when it's peaceful, not because it needs you to fix it, but because it sees you, all of you, even the parts you once hid. Subscribe to Canal now. New videos weekly on Carl Jung, shadow work, trauma, and emotional rebirth. And remember, think deeper, feel deeper, live truer.